T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
T&D Sports Video presents the Orlin Cohen High School Football Game of the Week. Today it's the Tornadoes of Harborfields High School taking on the Sayville Golden Flashes. Hi everyone, and welcome to Timothy Hank Field here in downtown Sayville for today's Orlin Cohen High School Football Game of the Week. My name is Mike Trezza. I'm joined by former Belmore Kennedy coach Nick Martone. And Nick, we've been talking about the top of this division here in Suffolk County, Division III, Sayville, East Islip, West Hampton, and then Harborfields is on that next level along with Smithtown West, Kings Park, and some of the other teams. But the one thing we know is that what a huge win it would be for Harborfields to come onto Sayville's field and do something that nobody's done this year, and that's beat Sayville.
Yeah, absolutely. A tough task ahead. Sayville's been very good at home, but Harborfield certainly has an opportunity to get themselves out of that mix of the middle of the division here at 4-3, probably in a pretty comfortable spot as far as within that top 8 in the playoffs, but certainly an opportunity here to do something special.
There you take a look at Harborfield's roster on your screen, and for them, Nick, job number one is going to be as often as possible to get the ball to number one, Vinny Bolognino.
Yeah, Vinny's a very talented skill player for Harborfields, and they're going to try to find as many ways as they can to get him the football tonight. He's got about 3 rushing touchdowns, I think 7 receiving touchdowns. He's got 1 in a kick return and an interception return for a touchdown. So the offense is predominantly going to probably run through number one tonight.
Sayville, the undefeated Golden Flashes, Nick, they can beat you in so many ways. You take a look at their captains making their way out to the field. You take a look at their roster. Big kids up front. Really skilled kids at the skilled positions, an experienced quarterback, but their offense runs through their very talented running back, one of the most talented two-way players in Suffolk, number 20, Kyle Messina.
Yeah, Kyle is a very talented player here on this Sayville team, this roster that's loaded with talented skill guys. And Messina accounts for about 35% of the touchdowns in this offense. He's got 12 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, and he's a force, and he's going to be difficult to stop for this Harborfields defense, and I'm sure that's been most of their focus leading up to tonight.
Yeah, you take a look at the captains, including Mike McGinnis, number 3 on your screen, who's one of our game captains, along with Neugebauer, 56, Cataldi, and Messina. We're going to step away, and we're going to be back with the opening kickoff and all the action right after this. This is the Orlin Cohen High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by T&D Sports Video.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Is going to pass. Airs it out. End zone. Touchdown, Oceanside! Inside the 15. Straight up the teeth on the reverse. O'Toole at the 20. O'Toole is going to score! They flush him out of the pocket. He takes off. Looking for the left sideline. Down to the goal line. Touchdown, Kings Park! Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. Takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Through. Heaves it deep. What a catch that time. From the 35-yard line. Weeks to put it up right away. He's got a man open. Touchdown, King Carr. John Cliff in by Cliff.
Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Just about set for the opening kickoff from here at Timothy Hank Field in downtown Sayville. Mike Trezza, Nick Martone on hand, along with our entire T&D Sports Video crew. The Golden Flashes of Sayville come in a perfect 7-0 on the season. Harborfields comes in at 4-3, and we're looking forward to a terrific matchup here this evening.
Yeah, here we are in Week 8. We've made it to Week 8 here. Both teams rolling in with a winning record. Sayville, of course, undefeated at 7-0. They've been battle-tested, too. They've had a couple of really close games with East Islip and West Hampton. West Hampton a couple of weeks ago, a 19-18 victory. Hard-fought battle between those two teams. So teams gearing up here in the final stretch to try to get that one more win, try to jockey for one more position perhaps here and there in Division III, Suffolk County.
Harborfields in the white, green numbers will move from left to right. They'll kick off to start the game. Number 10, Colin Burke is going to kick it away. Back to return are Holohan and Hansen. Instead, it's taken by one of the up men. Return near side. It's Messina.
Kyle Messina takes the opening kickoff out to the Sayville 38-yard line.
And Sayville will start 1st and 10 from their own 38.
Flirting with danger there a little bit, kicking off the ball and letting Kyle Messina handle that right away. Gets up the sideline. Pretty decent gain there for Sayville starting out.
Well, for Harborfields, it's usually their quarterback, Weiss, who does the kicking. That time it was Burke, so maybe Burke was unaware that you shouldn't kick. We've got a player injured on the kickoff return. We're going to step away and be back with more right after this.
Leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Danny Holohan was the player who was shaken up on the kickoff
Number
return.
9, Jake Triptree leads out the offense.
They have
First
him
and 10
off
for
the
Sayville.
field. He's trying to walk it off on the sideline in front of us, and Sayville will go on offense for the first time. You take a look at Jake Triptree, their senior quarterback, Nick, a kid who can, again, beat you in a number of ways.
Yeah, Jake sitting right now at about 19 passing touchdowns on the season.
1st and 10. Kolar in motion. Handoff Messina. He's met quickly and dropped. Nice play on defense that time by Ethan Apollon.
Apollon,
Number 50,
a
Ethan
really
Apollon with the
quick
tackle,
get off
loss
here
of
to
2,
get into this
2nd and
backfield.
12.
See him get quick penetration, uses his hands to get rid of the offensive lineman, get into the backfield, and stop that play before it has a chance to get going for a loss.
Loss of 2 on the play is going to bring up a 2nd and 12. from the 36-yard line, just underway here first quarter. Kolar in the backfield. Triptree takes it himself. Short gain.
Triptree keeps it himself, gain of 4.
Picks up 4 on
Third
that
and 8.
carry.
Yeah, real interesting to see at this point of the season. Everybody has so much game film on each other. Everybody's pretty well versed in what the capabilities are of both offenses, both defenses. So that's a design QB draw there, and Harborfields equal to the task there just to stop it for a few yard gain.
3rd and 8. 4 receivers in the game. Trips to the right side. The receiver to the near side is Luke Hansen. Messina in the backfield along with Triptree. Back to pass is Triptree. Airs it out deep. He's got Messina. Messina's brought down inside the 15-yard line. Big play.
Yeah, this is a staple
9,
in this
Triptree
Sayville offense.
finds
Out of that
20,
trips
Kyle
look,
Messina,
they've got an
50-yard
outside stop
gain.
route, 2 posts,
Sayville.
one a little bit further
First
across the field,
down.
one more of a skinny post. Messina takes that ball across the field, wide open. Triptree does an excellent job feeding him the ball out in front, letting his athlete run under it.
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Triptree works out of the gun, looks to the sideline. Sands is his running back this time. Triptree around the left side. He's in for the score.
Number 9, Triptree keeps it himself, 12 yards. Touchdown!
Okay, you can see here again by design, this is a QB draw play. Triptree just kind of reading the block, bouncing it off to the outside, finds his way into the end zone, almost completely untouched on that left side to give Sayville the 6-point lead.
Landon Garrett, Nick, is the big guy on that offensive line. He totally collapsed the left side of that defense and made room for Triptree.
Yeah, Sayville has been big and strong up front this year.
Watson for the extra point.
The extra point is good.
That
9:52 remaining in the first.
Nicky
Sayville
Watson.
takes a 7-0 lead.
He puts it through, and Sayville leads 7-0. We'll step away and be back with much more right after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Through. Heaves it deep. What a catch that time! From the 35-yard line, Weeks to put it up right away. He's got a man open. Touchdown, King Carr. John Cliff in by Cliff. So quickly, Sayville's on top 7-0. Just under 10 minutes left in the opening quarter. Ball is loose. Sayville saying they have it, but the officials say otherwise, and Harborfields will go on
Kickoff
offense.
is recovered by
Yeah, it's about the last
Harborfield.
thing you want to
First
do,
and
right?
10
Giving
on
up
their
a
own
touchdown on
39-yard
defense
line.
and potentially turning it over on special teams. But, you know, this ends up being pretty decent field position just inside their own 40-yard line. We're going to see this Harborfields team come out and maybe try to match touchdowns here with Sayville.
We didn't get a chance to mention Harborfield's quarterback in our opening. It's Jack Weiss, number 8. He's a junior. Take a look at him on your screen. He starts with Markowski in the backfield. Markowski near side. He's met with a hard hit and minimal gain on that
Gain of
carry.
1 on the play.
Yeah, you
Second
can
and
see here
9.
on defense, Sayville does a pretty good job of getting as many helmets to the ball as you can, right? Always your objective on defense. You could see they swarm to the football pretty good. They definitely play defense as an entire unit and have all year.
Markowski more of a fullback, but they handed it off to him on first down. He's in the backfield to the left of Weiss. Player in motion, right to left. Markowski takes the handoff. Nice hit that time by Neugebauer, brings him down.
Yeah, you can see Harborfields right now trying to show Sayville a bunch of different looks offensively. Pretty good run up front, a good push. They run motion to trips, still run the ball in the middle, just kind of feeling out Sayville, seeing how they're going to play things, whether they're in man coverage, whether they're in zone, trying to see what they might be able to take advantage of.
He picks up 3 on that carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 from the 43-yard line. Weiss back to throw, has a completion. Markowski stopped short of the first down marker by Thomas McGann.
Yeah, this will be a big decision for Harborfield to decide what they want to do on 4th down. But this is Markowski just slipping out of the backfield. This is Sands doing an excellent job from the middle of this defense as a middle linebacker, spying that back coming out, closing in on him with a good angle, and stopping that play before it can reach the first down marker.
It's 4th down. I believe Weiss is going to punt it away here. He does just that. Ball bounces at the 25, takes a Harborfields roll down to the 20, and that's where the Flashes will go back on offense.
Harborfields downs the punt at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10 for Sayville.
So Harborfields decides not to go for it on 4th down, trying to play a little bit of a position game here, field position game, and so they go pooch punt with their quarterback without a return back there for Sayville setup.
We take a look at Bolognino on our screen. Were you surprised, Nick, that he didn't touch the ball on that first possession on 3 plays?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're putting him in the slot, hoping to find ways to get him open. I wouldn't be shocked if they start moving him around motion-wise to see what kind of coverage they get out of him. But, yeah, absolutely. They got to, spend some time putting him in a position to find the football there, and I'm sure that's going to be the goal here moving forward.
1st and 10, Sayville. From their own 21. Triptree drops back. Screen pass. He's got a completion to Hansen. Or check it, it's Holohan. Holohan, short gain along the right side.
Screen pass guard by number 4.
Yeah, Sayville running a little halfback screen out to the right side. See a release by the big fellas up front. And ultimately here, Harborfields does a pretty good job containing a play that could have went for a good amount of yards there.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 coming up. Holohan in the backfield with Triptree. Over the middle's got a completion. What a catch that time by Luke Hansen.
Pass caught by number 1.
Again, similar route that we saw on the touchdown. From the outside here, Hansen runs kind of this skinny post route. And I got to tell you, Sayville does an excellent job. Their receivers do an excellent job gaining position to make it an easier throw for their quarterbacks. Okay, especially some of these guys that have bigger size and a couple of inches on some of these corners.
Hansen had to reach back a little bit for that, but came down with the catch.
You'd love to see receivers at this level use their hands to catch the football, not let it get into their bodies.
Triptree drifts right, lets it go, and just overthrows his receiver. He was looking for Messina on that play.
Yeah, just a near miss on that sideline out to Messina with some room. If he puts that ball on him, Messina might have enough room on that sideline to turn it up and make a big play.
There you take a look at Triptree, the senior. Sayville over the last number of years has basically been quarterback high school. Just the latest in a line of really good signal callers. Triptree scrambles, now lets it go right side, And again, he can't connect on the sideline this time, looking for
That's
Contaldi.
incomplete.
Yeah,
Third
pretty
and
good
10.
job here. What I'm really impressed with when it comes to Triptree is his feet. He has a ton of arm strength, definitely, but he does an excellent job. You could see here, stepping up in the pocket, feels a little bit of pressure, works his way back outside, and just a little too much heat on this as he throws this ball to the boundary. But again, Triptree been very impressed, and like you said, with a long line of quarterbacks here at Sayville.
Ryan Olson was putting the heat on him defensively from his D-line spot. Triptree has Sands in the backfield with him. Again, he drifts right. Again, he lets it go. This time a completion. A spin move by Luke Hansen, and Hansen has the
number
first
1,
down.
Luke Hansen, gain of 16. Sayville.
Yeah, Harborfields does an
Touchdown.
excellent job here on defense on first and second down, getting some pressure in Triptree's face. And you could see a designed rollout, and it's just a little shallow out here for Sayville, for Luke Hansen, and he's able to turn that into a big first down.
Hansen again showing good speed. You look at him right there on your screen. We're down to 5:45 left in the first. Sayville with the 7-0 lead over Harborfields and looking to add on. 1st and 10. Triptree waits a minute, then takes off. Down the right sideline, he's got another first down before Bolognino stops him.
Himself, gain of 12. Sayville.
Triptree making it real
Touchdown.
difficult on this Harborfields defense, that you have to account for him as a ball carrier, obviously, as well as a very strong passer here in Division III, Suffolk County. Big, strong, physical player. You can see he certainly doesn't mind contact.
5:10 left in the first. Sayville now in the red zone. Just about at the 20 with a 1st and 10. Triptree drifts left. That ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that pass is incomplete.
Yeah, excellent job here by Harborfields,
First down pass incomplete.
getting in the
Second and 10.
face of Triptree here, knocking this play down. This is Triptree moving to his left, which is really the first time we've seen him move to his left and try to throw a football. So Harborfield's doing the right thing defensively. If you can't get to the quarterback, the next best thing you could do is just get your hands up and try to knock that down.
It looked like A.J. Chernak from his D-line spot was the guy who got his hand on that ball.
Yeah, great individual effort there by Chernak.
2nd and 10, Sayville. Under 5 minutes to go in the first. Triptree, left side, off the hands, nearly picked off. It is picked off by Bolognino.
That pass is intercepted
Bolognino,
by Harborfields.
just an
1st and
absolute
10.
ball hawk on defense.
Their own 7-yard line.
When we talked to Coach this week, Coach Galucci this week, he talked about, how well this kid plays on both sides of the ball. And, he's his shutdown pass defender on defense, obviously a tremendous weapon on offense. And you could see big game players make big plays at the right time. And that's exactly what Harborfields needed to stop that drive, because Sayville has been real deadly on offense in the first half all year.
1st and 10, Tornadoes. Inside their own 10-yard line. Weiss hands off Markowski. Trying to break some tackles. They gang up on him, and they bring him down. Again, McCann, one of the guys in there, that comes in late.
Yeah, good initial contact up front by the Harborfields O-line. You just like to
Gain of
see
2
them
on the play,
stay
2nd and
on
8.
those blocks a little bit longer. As fast as their backs are, if you're going to have a chance to break it, you got to hold that first line up and maybe get into those middle linebackers. And those two guys have a tremendous amount of tackles for Sayville. So if you can get a touch on those guys, you got a chance.
2nd and 8. Weiss has Markowski to his right. Looking for someone to throw to, and instead they get him in the backfield. Neugebauer. Check it. It's Labella.
What a play here by LaBella to find his way into the backfield. Just keep that motor going until he ultimately makes a play on Weiss, tackling him for a loss, which will account for a sack for Sayville here deep in the Harborfields end.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Let's see how comfortable Coach Colucci is with airing it out from this position on the field. Instead, they'll keep it on the ground. Bolognino looking for room. He doesn't find a lot as he's brought down by Sands and others.
Gain of 1 on the play. That's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, a little bit of a jet sweep play here for the Harborfields offense. You can see Sayville pretty disciplined here on defense, making sure that they're doing a good job, trying to keep that outside hand free, that left hand free as they're being blocked, trying to force that ball back to the inside where the rest of that solid defense is.
Weiss is going to punt it away from deep in his end zone. And we've got movement up front. Let's see who that goes on.
Flag on the play.
That's going to go on Sayville.
Offsides against the defense. 5-yard penalty remains 4th down.
Well, even a matter of just some breathing room here for Harborfields to kick this ball out of their own end zone with their punter now standing with his toes on the goal line.
Mickey Kane is our referee. We neglected to mention at the beginning. We'll run down the rest of the officials as we go forward. Punt is taken by Bartolotta down the right sideline. Bartolotta showing a lot of speed.
Yeah, a real weapon here on punt return. And this is a real good kick, Mike. This ball makes it to about midfield as he kicked it from the goal line. A little bit of an example of maybe out-kicking the coverage a little bit. And so Bartolotta has a great opportunity to not only catch that ball, bobble it a little bit, and have some room to make a play and get up that right sideline.
So Harborfields gets the turnover, doesn't really do anything with it, and now in terms of field position, they are up against it tough.
Yeah, you'd like to be able to eat up a little bit more clock there, if anything, just to not give Sayville too many of these opportunities on your end in this half.
1st and 10, Sayville. Pass comes near side, got a completion to Hansen, and Hansen is inside the 10.
There is a flag. Ineligible man downfield.
Yeah, again, this
Sayville.
kind of skinny post route here by Hansen. He does an excellent job getting himself inside, but this play is going to come all the way back with an ineligible man downfield for Sayville.
As we mentioned, Mickey Kane is our lead official. George O'Hanlon, Joe
penalty
Cottaspati,
back to the
Tom
32
O'Hanlon, and
yard
also
line.
Bob Cohen round out
1st
our
and 15.
officiating staff. As Nick mentioned, that call went on Sayville for ineligible man downfield, so that play's coming back.
Yeah, pretty tough call there, obviously, for that Sayville offense. Harborfield's looking to make them pay for that, right? Looking to see if they can get a stop here. You could see corners are starting to make a little bit of an alignment change to try to take away those inside routes.
1st and 15. They had Messina bottled up, but he broke away. What a move by him.
Yeah, he's got a few different gears in his arsenal as a running back. You can see he can start and stop real quick, change direction on a dime there, and turns what looks like or could have, should have been a loss, or at least no gain, into getting back that penalty and then some.
Apollon had him stopped in the backfield, and again, Messina just able to wriggle off the hook. 2nd and 8 coming up. Triptree throws right side, has a completion. Short of the first so far. Bolognino makes the stop after the reception by Kent.
Yeah, Bolognino here does a pretty good job on the outside, as Coach told us during the week, kind of his shutdown corner there at that position. You could see, though, they're trying to give a little bit of help to Hanson's side with the safety kind of spying his routes. So Bolognino is probably going to find himself on an island from time to time, opposite side.
30 seconds to go in quarter one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Sands in the backfield along with Triptree. Triptree takes it himself around the left side. And he's got the first down before the ball comes loose. They're saying he was down.
Yeah, you could see Harborfields here going ahead and bringing some pressure on the play, and they guess right. They bring it to the play side. They just had a tough time getting across the face of the offensive line, but they do a pretty good job stringing out this play. So it is a first down, but not the big play to give up there.
Let's see if they run another play down to 2 seconds and 1, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So our score after 1 quarter of play is Sayville 7, Harborfields nothing. We're back with the second quarter and all the action right after this. This is the Orlin and Cohen Game of the Week, brought to you by T&D Sports.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Heaves it deep. What a catch that time! From the 35-yard line, Weeks to put up right away. He's got a man open. Touchdown, King Carr. John Flynn in by Flynn. Welcome back, everyone, to Timothy Hank Field here in downtown Sayville. Mike Trezor, Nick Martone on hand. Harborfields visiting Sayville. Sayville's trying to stay unbeaten. Harborfields had a couple opportunities early, Nick, but they've not really been able to move the ball consistently against this Sayville defense early on.
Yeah, they had the good fortune of that turnover there as Sayville was on their way in, and a big pick, and they just weren't able to turn it into anything positive offensively and had to punt deep in their end zone. Sayville ended up with exceptional field position almost right away. And this is really the danger in playing Sayville this year. Sayville's outscoring their opponents something like 132 to 27 in the first half. You have to weather the storm here. You have to find a way to come up with a turnover or get a stop, make Sayville kick a field goal, something along those lines, and fight your way back here.
1st and 10, Sayville. Let's start the second. Just outside the 10-yard line. Triptree looks to run, now looks to throw, and is brought down. Nice play defensively by Matt Henry.
Lost a 1 on the play.
Yeah, pretty good job here by
Second and goal.
Henry with his eyes here into that backfield. Sees Triptree take off, does an excellent job collapsing back inside and making that stop for the Harborfields defense.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. From the 11, Sands, the player in the backfield with Triptree, to his right. Here's a swing pass, Messina. Messina can't get away from the second tackler, Coronado.
This is an excellent open field tackle here by Coronado. He sees the swing pass by Messina out of this trip set, out of that third receiver spot. Does an excellent job shedding the stalk block and coming up and making a big play.
Got a flag down on the play. Let's get the call.
That flag was illegal block in the back called against Sayville.
Yeah, so this is going to be a block in the back on the Sayville offense.
So Sayville's been moving the ball well, but hurt themselves with a couple penalties and a turnover early on.
Yeah, when you talk about red zone offense on any level, the
pushes
focus is
Sayville
not
back to
moving
the
backwards,
18-yard
right?
line,
Finding the
second and goal.
opportunities to get yourselves then inside the 10 and ultimately across the goal line. So not what the Sayville offense is trying to do there.
2nd and 18. Sands motions into the middle. Here's Messina. Messina inside the 10, inside the 5, inside the end zone.
Number 20 for 18 yards. Touchdown, Sayville.
Handoff to
Number
Messina.
88, Nick Watson, to attempt the extra
Does
point.
an excellent job finding space down that left side, cutting right through the teeth of that defense, crossing the goal line for a very important second touchdown here early on in the second quarter.
Watson for the PAT. Cohen, the backup quarterback, to hold. Kick is up. Kick is good.
The extra
Sayville's
point
up.
is good.
14-0.
10:52 remaining in the first half. Sayville
We'll
leads 14-0.
keep it right here, Nick. Let's talk about
Yep, so here we are on the replay here. Messina right through the middle of that defense. Harborfields with a couple of hands on him. An excellent job in the stock block by Dylan Kent on the outside, helping Messina find the end zone.
Hey. Timothy J. Hank Field in downtown Sayville. Sayville now leads 14-0.
Yep, excellent venue here at Sayville. Such a nice field, such a nice atmosphere, tremendous amount of community support. Sayville, such a rich history of good football. Harborfields here tonight, again, sitting at that spot, 6th place right now at 4-3 here in week 8. Looking to see if they can find a way to get themselves possibly 5-3, move up a spot or so in the standings. Both teams, though, in pretty good shape, potentially heading into the first playoff round next week.
For Harborfields, they're going to have to do a little bit more offensively. It wouldn't hurt them a great deal if they started right now.
Yeah, I think from a coaching perspective here, right, if you can find a way to get the ball down the field, obviously score once, you like the situation where you're going to get the ball at halftime. So if the rest of the quarter ran out and you're only down 1 score, you're feeling pretty good about things.
Flag on the play is for an illegal kick going out of bounds.
Bounds by Watson. Watson tried to line drive that one. It just sneaked out of bounds just inside the 5. So again,
let's give a little shout out to some of our senior band members. A few of them right now. Wesley Bickerton,
mistakes, turnovers,
Dan
penalties,
Bianco, Joseph Bianco, Charlie
situation,
Breen,
and start moving the ball.
and Jillian Denaro.
Yeah, this is not panic mode by any stretch of the imagination here for Harborfields. They need to get back to what's been successful for them and how they've scored points this year. They're perfectly capable of driving the ball down the field. They've got to get themselves back in it, but there's no panic mode here. Get yourself a drive, slow down the tempo.
Weiss rolls out right, puts it short, has a completion, this time to Ryan Barling, and nice gain on the play.
Quarterback
maybe
number 8,
7 or
Jack
8.
Weiss, completes
this is
an
what you'd
8-yard
like to
pass,
see.
2nd and 2.
Okay, ultimately, we see that this is a little bit of a drag route into an open spot in this defense by the number 1 receiver, by the outside receiver, and that's 82, Ryan Barling, and he sits down in that open spot. Weiss finds him for a good first down gain of about 8 yards.
As you mentioned, they need to be patient here. Weiss, short pass, has a completion right side. He hits Coronado. Coronado is driven back. Sayville says they have the ball, and they do.
That ball came loose.
Yeah, it looks like as Sayville's
That
got
fumble
this
was
play
recovered by Sayville.
stopped and forward progress stopped. It looks like second or third man in here goes ahead and pulls that football out. Looks like it might have been number 11,
6,
Anthony
McCann with the
Cantaldi,
tackle,
pulling that ball
forced
out
the fumble,
to force the
first and
fumble.
10
And
for
Sayville
Sayville.
again in business on the Harborfield side of the 50.
Yeah, you're right. It was McCann who held him up until Cantaldi could get there. Cantaldi stripped him, and they turned over Harborfields. First and 10, Sayville. From the Harborfields 42, we've got movement up front, no flag. Messina trying to pick his way. He's got a first down. Andrew White brings him down.
Gain of 14 on the play for number 20, Kyle Messina.
Yeah, Sayville now right out of this
First
pistol
down.
set with Messina stacked behind Triptree. Hands off the ball. Messina with a tremendous amount of patience here, puts his left foot in the ground, cuts upfield, finds that open window to run through that defense for a big first down gain.
First and 10, Sayville. Just inside the 30. Sands in motion. Triptree the snap. The handoff up the middle. And just grabbed by the legs that time is Messina.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew White, number 21 there on the stop for Harborfields. Maybe
Gain on the 10
close
for
to
Sayville.
possibly a
Sayville.
touchdown saving
First down.
tackle, as it looked like he made a little bit of a shoot top grab there. Sayville motioning Sands across the formation and then bringing him back to be the lead block for Messina. Well-designed play there by Sayville.
First and 10 from the 16. Triptree up the middle. Triptree's in for the score.
Number 9 goes for 18. Touchdown, Sayville.
Yeah, here we see on the replay, again, we see Sands out in front, kind of kicking out the last man on the line, opening up a gaping hole inside for Triptree to cut it up there. And Triptree has an excellent nose for the end zone, finds his way in to put Sayville up 3 scores here in the first half.
Watson looking to add on. PAT is up.
Watson's
It's good.
extra point is good.
Sayville's on top,
8:55 remaining
21-0.
in the first half. Sayville
We'll
leads
step away and be
21-0.
back with more right after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. Takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. So Sayville, Nick, has done their best to keep Harborfields in this game early on, but Harborfields not cooperating by turning the ball over themselves and by not really moving it when they have possession of the football.
Yeah, point one is turning over the football, allowing Sayville into your end, but then Sayville scoring points off those turnovers, which is certainly deadly for any team. And now in a position here down by 3 full scores, Harborfield certainly needs to answer to keep point here in the game.
Watson with a deep kick. It's taken at the goal line, Bolognino. Down the right sideline, he's got some room. And then finally he's wrestled out of bounds on a nice open field tackle.
Number 1, Vincent.
Yeah, you see that speed out of Bolognino here, right? Tremendous athlete, right? Kind of in a little bit of almost a little bit of a jog to start with until he finds the seam that he wants and he sees it on the sideline, and he's real explosive with the football.
Leo Mangiello with the special teams tackle. Let's give him a pop. 1st and 10, Harborfields. Again, Bolognino lines up to the right sideline. Andrew White takes the carry. White trying to pick his way right side and only picks up a couple.
Gain of 2 on the play.
A couple of positive yards here. You could see the game within the game on the outside. We see Bolognino as the split receiver lined up with Hansen, a battle of number ones on the outside. 2 excellent athletes.
2nd and 8, down to 8:15 left in the second. Harborfields with the ball, trails by 3 scores. Weiss drifts back. Gets it off, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Weiss here moving to his left side a little bit sooner than he wants to on the run, trying to keep his eyes down the field. No open receivers to speak of there. Does an excellent job getting rid of the football before taking a big loss there on the sack.
3rd and 8. Really urgent for Harborfields to convert this 1st down if they're going to keep this first half competitive. Weiss, empty backfield. Had the completion, but Coronado dropped it.
3rd down pass incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like 19, Jake Coronado might have just picked his eyes up a little bit quick to see where that defender was and took his eye off the ball long enough not to secure the catch.
Wasn't a great throw, but as you mentioned, good enough to get it there, and Coronado knows he should have hauled it in as you take a look at him.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of pride in receivers, right? If you get your hands on the football, you feel like you should always catch it.
4th down, Weiss to punt it away. Line drive kick in the direction of Bartolotta. Bartolotta will let it roll and let it bounce, and Sayville will start just inside their 30.
That punt out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Sayville, 7:49 remaining in the half.
Yeah, pretty good kick here again in the punt game here for Harborfields. They've done a pretty good job. That was definitely a better cover than we saw downfield on the last punt.
So Sayville will start just inside their 30-yard line with a 1st and 10. 7:49 left in the first half of play. From here in downtown Sayville, along with Nick Martone, Mike Trezza on hand to bring you all the action. Triptree, hands off, up the middle. This time it's
gain of 5 on the
Holohan
play. Let's check the flag.
on the
Holding on the
Yeah,
offense.
we got this tight trips look out of the Sayville offense. Holohan getting himself a carry here, finding his way into the middle of this defense. And again, we see an offensive penalty on
10-yard
Sayville,
penalty pushes
sending
Sayville
them
back to their own
inside their
19-yard line.
20-yard line.
1st and 20.
We mentioned the lineage of quarterbacks in recent years here at Sayville. You had Jack Cohn, who went from here to Wisconsin to Notre Dame. After that, Jack Cheshire. You've had a real strong lineage. Continues with Triptree. Triptree for Messina. Right sideline, cuts it back in. Breaks a tackle. and it's finally hit down from behind by Bolognino. We've got a flag down on the play.
Out to the 41-yard line. Let's check the flag.
Yeah, it looks like this might be a call on the outside. Looks like Hansen is possibly flagged for a block in the back.
Illegal block in the back called against Sayville.
That's what it will be, and it's going to negate that beautiful play by Messina.
And Mike, you bring up a great point about just the, like you said, the lineage of quarterbacks here at Sayville. Obviously, it says tremendous things about the staff that's here and how well they work with these young men at that position, as well as the earlier grades and the middle schools, and even before that in conference ball, that Sayville truly is a football town.
Here we go, going deep. Oh! In and out of the hands of Luke Hansen.
First down pass incomplete. Second down.
There it is, that exciting matchup again, Mike. 1 against 1 on the outside. And you could see Hansen gets a little bit of a step there, does a decent job stacking Bolognino behind him, giving his quarterback a chance. And Hansen with a near big catch, big gain for Sayville.
One-on-one, we want to play that game tonight. Second and 29. Triptree tries the middle. He's still loose. Down to the left sideline. Finally, Andrew White tackles him down.
Triptree takes it himself out to the 26-yard line.
Huge gain here by Sayville, just trying to chip away at the loss that they've taken on a couple of big penalties, not quite making it back to the original line of scrimmage from first down, but nonetheless a big gain here, but a long third down coming up from Sayville. Again, Triptree on the run, no hesitation to take off with the football. You could see he's certainly taken some hits along the way during the season. It looks like his helmet needs a paint job.
And Triptree, looked like they did have him stop, but he wriggled out of it. Nice gain. Third and long coming up. Fires over the middle and just incomplete, looking for Messina.
Yeah, he's got Messina here wide open on a crossing route. The ball's just a little bit behind Kyle here in the middle of the field. You can see he's underneath the secondary there.
So Sayville's going to have to kick it away for the first time. Kent does the punting. Bolognino now comes up closer to his 40-yard line to field it. Kent gets it off, takes one bounce. Bolognino mishandles. Now recovers. Couple moves. And a couple more, but can't get away from Keith Kolar.
Open field tackle by number 10, Keith Kolar on the punt. First and 10
Bolognino does a pretty good job here. Panic mode as the ball kind of hops a little bit over his shoulder. Recovers, settles the ball down, reads the blocks he has here. Ultimately, great individual effort to try to get back some of those yards he originally lost.
Harborfields, let's see what they can put together here. First and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Down to 5:45 left before halftime. They trail 21-0 here at Sayville. Weiss takes it himself.
Second and 10.
Short gain.
Harborfields goes with this jet sweep. Weiss pulls it, takes off. Not much room there on the right side for him. He comes up with no gain here.
Second and 10 from the 26. He's got Markowski to his left, does Weiss. Markowski They've got him stopped quickly, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Neugebauer in on the stop.
No gain on the play, 3rd and long.
Yeah, real tough opportunity there for Markowski, finding himself among a whole bunch of purple shirts on that defense.
LaBelle also, you see him on your screen. He was in there on the tackle. Third and 11. 3 receivers near side. Markowski in the backfield with Weiss. Weiss drifts back. They put the heat on him, and they bring him down. And quickly, it's 4th down. Mangiello makes another stop.
Yeah, Leo Mangiello here makes a great stop here. You can see a ton of pressure in that backfield. Sayville bringing a lot of heat on defense
Leo
there.
Mangiello
Weiss tries to step up through it. Can't find anybody downfield. Has to hold on to the ball and take the sack.
A nice block on him, and he just kept charging ahead like a bull. Weiss is going to kick it away. Stands inside his 5. Gets off a low line drive kick. It's scooped up on a bounce. Bartolotta close to the 30.
Bartolotta takes it all the way down to the Harborfields 33-yard line. First
Yeah,
and 10
nice
for
hop
Sayville,
here
3:30
to
remaining in half.
Bartolotta here on the line drive kick. Able to pick it up and make some headway down the right sideline. Again, Sayville here deep in the Harborfields end of the field.
I think in the baseball and the softball business, you guys call that room service hop.
Absolutely. You like that one big extra hop right before it finds you, and a nice, easy throw across the infield to collect that out.
1st and 10. Now from the 36, movement up front, but Harborfields gets back on side. Handoff Messina. Picks his way up the middle. Beautiful gain on that carry.
Yeah, Messina, a real strong runner here. He takes a couple of defenders for a ride on his back there through the middle of that defense. A big gain and a big 1st down for Sayville.
Spencer Kolodny made the stop. Winding down to the 3-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter. Sayville now looking to take a little time off the clock. Don't be surprised if we see Patrick Cohen, the backup quarterback, who, believe it or not, has played in, I believe it's 5 or 6 games already this season. Here's Messina. Nice tackle that time, brings him down, but not before a gain of maybe
Messina
7 or 8
with the
more.
carry, gain of 9.
Yeah, good run there by Messina off the right tackle.
2nd and 1.
Good to see here, Sayville's pretty stacked up with 2 backs in that wing tight position on the right side, giving plenty of lead blocks out there for Messina.
Markowski made the tackle. It's been effective both ways. Pickup of 9 on that play brings up 2nd and 1. Approaching 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Triptree hands off Messina. He's stopped in the backfield. Good tackle that time by Andrew White.
Yeah, excellent play by White here. We've called his name out a couple of times on
play,
big stops. Excellent form tackle here. Messina not an easy guy to bring down, especially by yourself. We see White does a pretty good job. His eyes look like he's right on Messina's hips, which is what you teach. Wherever his hips go, he's got to go. You start looking at head and shoulders, you might find yourself grabbing turf. So White does an excellent job sizing up Messina and taking him down.
Coach Colucci called him a hammer on defense. It's 3rd and 1. Triptree into the end zone. Touchdown, Hanson. We've got a flag down on the play. I believe that one's coming back.
Oh, looks like
That pass was caught by number
the
1,
official
Luke
is going to
Hansen.
go ahead and
There is
pick up
no
the flag.
flag on
There's
the
no
play.
penalty on the play. The result of the play
Touchdown!
is a touchdown by Sayville from Triptree
Sayville!
to Hansen.
Watson for the extra point.
You talked about Cohen before. Here he is, holding for the extra point.
Extra point is good.
Sayville now leads 28-0.
So we see Triptree here in the shotgun. We go play action to Messina, and you can see Hansen just basically runs, not even quite a stop across the goal line, but he gets the corner, backing up in coverage, giving him plenty of room to find his way in.
We'll take a quick step away.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Watson ready to kick it away. Sends a high kick. Mishandled. Ball is loose, but Harborfields jumps on it.
That ball is loose again. Harborfields recovers the kickoff fumble.
Looks like a little bit of
They'll start
trickery
first
here
and
out of
10 on their
the
own
special
37
teams
yard line,
playbook by
109
Sayville, popping
remaining
this
in the
ball
first
up.
half.
Harborfield's doing the right thing here, just trying to call a fair catch, but unfortunately, as he comes up to make this play, he drops the football, and Harborfield's very fortunate to jump back on top of the football here.
Very fortunate. It looked like a Sayville player had his arms almost around that ball, and it squirted free. First and 10 Tornadoes from their own 36. Weiss rolls out left, puts it up left. Completion down the left sideline is Colin Burke for his first completion of the day.
Yeah, real good job by Weiss here, working to his left side. A right-handed quarterback does an excellent job turning his shoulders to make an accurate throw. Burke does a great job reaching for this football, taking it away from the defender, turning upfield and making a big play. This is what Harborfields needs to get going here. And we can see the clock's been stopped with 1:01 left in the half.
Brian Hazelton and Emily Helbach.
You saw Coach Colucci on your screen there. We had a good conversation with him. Really, really proud of his kids, Nick. Proud of the fact that his team is over 500. We got the sense he kind of knew he'd be maybe a little bit overmatched in this game. But again, trying to move the ball where he can and trying to work in some new receivers. And that time you saw it was Colin Burke, one of those new receivers, who got the pass on a nice pass that time by Weiss.
Yeah, tough schedule here for Harborfields, right? You're playing against West Hampton. You're playing against East Islip. You finished the season coming to Sayville. No easy task in a talented Division III in Suffolk County. And then on top of that, you roll in here with a couple of key injuries to skill guys, to receivers, and you're seeing other guys step up in that role for Harborfields.
Bolognino in motion. Weiss unloads, has the completion to Coronado. Down under a minute to play. Harborfield's not calling a timeout here. They will wind the clock as soon as this ball is placed. Weiss on the roll to his left, and we've got a flag, or do we have a timeout?
No signal yet here. Not sure if there's a conversation about whether the clock had started or whether there was a ready for play whistle.
Weiss can't be thrilled. He's like, hey, Mr. Official, I finally have my team moving a little bit in the right direction. You're going to stop me?
It's like they're trying to get the game clock set, and they do at 55 seconds here in the first half.
1st and 10 from the 27. Weiss, they're after him. He unloads left side, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Anthony Contaldi.
Contaldi with the interception. Sayville ball, 1st and 10.
Could see Weiss here escapes from the pocket again, kind of moving left. Throws this ball, unfortunately, into coverage. Too much air under the ball, giving Contaldi a chance to close in on it. Doing an excellent job there for Sayville, getting that takeaway late here in the first half.
43 seconds left in the half. Sayville up 28-0. Has just gotten the ball back on a turnover.
Yeah, you'd really like to try to get your quarterback. If we don't have much, throw that ball maybe 10 yards out of bounds or more. Live to make another play. So here's the turnover. Harborfields got to come up with a stop here.
1st and 10. Triptree. Pressure on him. He unloads. Oh, nearly picked off by Coronado. He got his hands on it.
Yeah, tremendous amount of pressure there in Triptree's face by number 50, Ethan Ampelon. Does an excellent job. He's got his hands all over Triptree, his left arm, his right arm, and Triptree still strong enough to get that ball downfield, and a near pick by Harborfields.
Second and 10 for Sayville. Up by 4 scores. Looking for more. Triptree. He's brought down. The ball's fumbled. Sayville gets it back. I believe it was Sands who made the recovery.
Yeah, what we're seeing here on defense out of Harborfields is they're moving Ampelon around, and now he's off to that offensive left side, the defensive right, and he has a quick get off there, finds himself in the backfield, creating absolute problems right now for Sayville in their backfield and their quarterback.
It was Apollon and Noe Aguilar who were back there causing some havoc. And that's the end of the first half. Our score after one half of play, Sayville 28, Harborfields nothing. We're going to step away. We'll be back with some halftime coverage right after this. This is the Orlin Cohen High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by T&D Sports Video Productions.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
A throw. Heaves it deep. What a catch that time. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Takes it himself. Down to the goal line. He's in. Villela's going to pass. Airs it out. End zone. Touchdown, Oceanside.
Experience, trusted, proven excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production, the industry standard, T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Is going to pass. Airs it out. End zone. Touchdown, Oceanside! Inside the 15. Straight up the teeth on the reverse. O'Toole at the 20. O'Toole is going to score! They flush him out of the pocket. He takes off. Looking for the left sideline. Down to the goal line. Touchdown, Kings Park!
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Heats it deep. What a catch that time! Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Takes it himself. Down to the goal line. He's in. Villela's going to pass. Airs it out. End zone. Touchdown, Oceanside!
Again, another round of applause. Juliana Ott. Now turn your attention to center field for the Sayville dance team.
Jazz and A-Wall, that's our team. Step inside the party, disrupt the whole scene. When it comes to beats, well, I'm on theme. I like my sugar with coffee and cream. Well, I gotta keep it going full steam. Sweet to be, sour, too nice to be. When on the top guy style, I'm not too keen. Trying to change the world, everybody scream.
Another round of applause for your Sayville dance team.
Back here at Harborfields, where our halftime score actually at Sayville is Sayville 28, nothing over Harborfields. Mike Trez and Nick Martone on hand. And Nick, let's take a look at how that first half unfolded.
Yeah, Sayville had that score in the first quarter. That was a run by Triptree and an extra point to make it 7-0. Sayville scored 3 more times in the second quarter. A run by Messina, Triptree with his second rushing touchdown of the night, and then a pass from Triptree to Hansen. All 4 extra points good. 28-0 Sayville at the half.
And also some impressive stats in the first half by Triptree and some of his other skill players.
Yeah, Triptree 6 for 13 for 123 yards in the first half. He ran for 2 scores. He threw for 1. Messina with a big 50-yard reception. Hansen with 3 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown. Again, what we're used to seeing out of this Sayville offense, getting the ball into multiple receivers and multiple backs' hands, key to this offense.
Joe Nicoletti's our stat guy tonight, doing a terrific job for us, trying to keep some stats. We thank him for that. So, Nick, I want to ask you, if you are Coach Colucci, what can you do, number one, to slow down this Sayville attack, and number two, to get your offense a little bit back on track? It seems like they're a little bit reluctant to use Bolognino on offense. What do you think is going on there?
Yeah, there's a couple of things, right? Ultimately, on defense, Sayville's trying to do a good job taking Bolognino out of the equation. You always like defensively your first approach to find the most dangerous weapon for the opposing offense and say he's not going to beat us tonight. I think if I'm Harborfields, I'm just trying to find different ways to get him into situations to give him space. And that might mean hiding him in a trip set. That might mean motioning him out of the backfield, or maybe he's swinging him out of the backfield, trying to put him in a position for perhaps a mismatch against the linebacker when they can. But trying to kind of reinvent here in the second half and do some things to get some positive out of the second half. The first half is in the books. We can't go back in time. How do you find a way to take some positives out of here and move hopefully into your next first playoff week potentially? But as far as stopping Sayville, hey, look, that's a difficult question and a difficult task. Nothing 7 teams before this week have really been able to do. A couple of teams have held them close, like we mentioned, East Islip and West Hampton, but shutting down Sayville, a very difficult task. There's so many weapons, really tough to defend.
Yeah, and we saw the reason. Part of the reason is because Triptree can hurt you in so many ways. He hurt Harborfields with the pass. He hurt them with their legs. And then when he's not hurting you, Messina is really hurting you bad.
Yeah, absolutely. When on any level in football, when your quarterback is a real threat to run the football, not just scramble, not just escape pressure, when you have design plays for somebody with his level of talent, it makes it real difficult. You typically just run out of defenders to play defense with when you have that many weapons, and we see it on the pro level, we see it on the college level, and we're certainly seeing a lot of that here tonight. And you could tell Triptree likes to run the football.
We're going to take a quick step away. We'll be back to set up the second half and all the action right after this. This is the high school football game of the week, brought to you by T&D.
Good morning. My name is Len Genova. I'm the president of the James C. Metzger Suffolk County chapter of the National Football Foundation. The foundation itself was created in 1947 and is dedicated to promoting amateur football and to honoring those individuals who serve the game, whether they be players, coaches, administrators, or referees. Our chapter here in Suffolk County has been in existence since 1995, and every year at our Scholar Athlete Brunch, we recognize one scholar athlete from each of the schools, both public, Catholic, and private, that play football in Suffolk County, provided they meet our minimum criteria. Now, from that group, we pick our top 11, which we refer to as our Golden 11. And they truly represent academic and athletic excellence and represent all that's right about scholastic sports. Now, from that group, we actually pick one top scholar. And through the years, we've had some amazing young people who have achieved tremendous things in their community, on the gridiron, and certainly in the classroom. So it's a very proud moment for me to be here this morning to welcome everyone and to congratulate all our scholar athletes for all the great work they've done throughout their entire careers. And a special congratulations to their parents who have invested so much time and effort into making them the successful, good people that they are. So welcome, everyone.
In 2019, the Executive Board of the Foundation decided to rename the chapter in recognition of one of Long Island's most philanthropic supporters of youth and high school athletics, James C. Metzger.
Proud to be with you here this morning and welcome you to our annual Scholar Athlete Brunch for the James C. Metzger Suffolk County chapter of the National Football Foundation. And I have none other than our namesake, James Metzger, with me this morning. So, Jim, the first question I have for you is, what does it mean to you to have our top Scholar Athlete Award named in recognition of your late dad, Conrad, who unfortunately passed away recently?
Yeah, it's hard to put it into words. I don't want to get choked up when Len just within the last day or two told me that, and I saw the program. It's probably the most special award I've ever been associated with, and I've been involved in athletics for 50 years. So my dad was my best friend, and he's looking down from heaven. I know he's a humble man, and he's saying he's enjoying it, probably saying he doesn't deserve it, but I know enjoying it immensely, and I literally couldn't be happier about that.
Well, I know how proud he must have been of you and what you accomplished in your lifetime, both on the athletic field and certainly in the business world. But I did want to ask you, how big of a part did football play in your life growing up? I know we've had a lot of conversations, but I'd love for you to share that with the people that are involved in the chapter.
A lot. Football, one of my all-time favorite coaches, Vince Lombardi. Maybe I borrowed from him a little bit when I said everything I needed to know in business I learned on the sports field.
You know, Jim, I know when I first met you, and I'm going to reference that in my remarks this morning, it was just how passionate you were in terms of talking about your career playing high school football and how vividly some of those memories still stick with you and how important they are to you, quite frankly.
Yeah, they don't fade away. Unfortunately, some of the what I call failures or the tough spots along the way, I remember those most, I think. But by and large, yes, I can remember almost every game I played, 3 years of varsity, and most of them were good. But it gave me it was the foundation upon which I built both my personal and professional life.
The chapter is also supported by local businesses and is fortunate to count on the Orlin Cohen Sports Medicine Practice as a naming rights sponsor for the prestigious Player of the Week team.
Orlin Cohen is a Long Island's leading and largest private orthopedic and sports medicine group. They're committed to not only providing excellent service, giving great access to athletes, but doing philanthropic things like supporting the National Football Foundation and other organizations that do good things as well. These organizations and being involved with the foundation for all these years, we need support. And we can't give out awards like this and provide a brunch like this free to the athletes without the support of organizations. And so Orlin Cohen is a major sponsor of this event for that reason.
The 2022 event was an enormous success with over 300 people in attendance, and also recognized National Football Foundation Coach of the Year, Robin Rosa from Walt Whitman High School. Whitman won the 2021 Suffolk County Championship Trophy, the school's first since 1974.
But one of the things I learned a long, long time ago is that when you win a Coach of the Year award, you win it because the coaches you coach with and the great players you get to coach. Also proves that I've just been around a long time. Eventually I would get it right.
In addition, the 2021 James Dooley Contribution to Amateur Football Award was presented to well-respected orthopedic surgeon and former National Football Foundation scholar-athlete, Dr. James Pacey.
Listen, it's an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you today. To be able to continue to be involved in high school athletics, which has meant so much to me and my family over the years, is really a tremendous thing.
Our 2022 Scholar Athlete Brunch featured some outstanding young men who achieved athletic and academic excellence. Please meet several of them and hear firsthand just what the great sport of football has taught them.
I think it's got to be companionship, like with my teammates, especially at Sayville. We build such a brotherhood, and those skills that I've built with my teammates, it's gonna help me throughout life with like working with other people.
Football's taught me a lot of things about life, but most importantly, it's taught me the importance of working hard to achieve a goal and how to work together as a team to achieve that goal.
One of the missions of the National Football Foundation is to build leaders through football. Through our continued hard work and success, we will have opportunities to have positive impacts in our communities and for those around us.
Football has taught me how to overcome adversity. Being scored on as a defensive player and a defensive leader on the team. When we got scored on, a lot of guys would look to me to really, keep my head up and make sure that we're, still staying focused and still, achieving our goal of, turning the ball over and getting the ball back to the offense. And it's easy to become defeated. However, football has really taught me how to keep my head on straight and just how to stay focused, keep my head on the goal, and really just focus on keeping the team and our morale high.
I think that football has taught me to just stay hard, working hard and be dedicated in everything that I do. Obviously, to be successful in football, you have to work really hard and go above and beyond at what everyone else does. And I think that can be carried over in all aspects of life.
Going into this year, I had no idea I was going to receive an honor like this, so it's truly spectacular to be here. Secondly, I'd like to thank my family. My family has always pushed me to be my best and work as hard as I can. So sometimes I might think they push me a little bit too much, especially my dad. He's been my coach in all sports, hockey, baseball, football, since I was a very little kid. He's always been there for me. He's always pushing me to be my best.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Heats it deep. What a catch that time! From the 35-yard line, Weeks to put it up right away. He's got a man open. Touchdown, King Carr. John Flynn in by Flynn. There you take a look at the Harborfields crowd on the other side of the field. They've made the trip from Green Lawn down here to Sayville. They're sticking it out, even with their team down 28-0 at halftime.
Yeah, real impressed here with Harborfields, with their community, with their football program here. Coach Colucci doing an excellent job sure he had a great halftime speech talking a lot about staying positive, coming out. Let's win a quarter, I'm sure is most of the focus here, right? Let's try to go out, win a quarter. Let's get a positive vibe here moving forward. Let's do some positive things on offense, on defense. Let's get some things going. Again, let's get back to what we've been successful doing. We've won 4 games in this division. We can play football here, and they've got that support system over there at Harborfields.
Harborfields was on a little bit of a roll with consecutive victories over Comsawag and then Hauppauge. And last week, Nick, they got a little bit of a reality check in a one-sided loss to East Islip, 41-7 final that day.
Yeah, like you said, they started out with a first couple of weeks there with West Hampton and Smithtown, and took 2 losses where they let up just shy of 100 points in those first 2 weeks, and then came back, like you said, and won 4 games in a row against Rocky Point, East Hampton, Hauppauge, and Comsawag. And then these last 2 weeks, again, tough schedule to find yourself in Week 7 against East Islip and Week 8 here in Sayville.
For Sayville, they beat Comsawag convincingly last week, but the week before was their matchup against West Hampton, the team that many people feel is the best qualified to possibly beat them in this division. Real barn burner that day, Nick, and 19-18, Sayville was able to hold on for the victory. That day, it was a 51-yard touchdown reception by Kyle Messina.
Yeah, I had a chance to see West Hampton in person a couple of weeks ago, and was real impressed with their abilities in all 3 parts of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. I think it's going to be real interesting to see how things shape up here in the home stretch heading into the playoffs through the first and the second round. But West Hampton, whoever draws West Hampton over the next couple of weeks, or next week at least to start with, is certainly going to have their hands full. Division III playing real tough here late stages of the season.
So as you mentioned, the only one of the last 3 that was close for Sayville was 2 weeks ago. They held on for a 19-18 victory over West Hampton. The week before that, they beat Eastport South Manor by a 33-6 count. Let's see if they're able to get Bolognino free on a kick return. He's back deep, expecting the kick from Watson. Nicky Watson, the junior, at 5'9", 165. His big brother, Zach, one of the key players on the offensive line. Vinny Bolognino is back deep for Harborfields to start the second half. Let's see if they can get him free on a return. Instead, they pop it up in the air. The ball is handled.
Harborfields takes that kickoff at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for Harborfields.
By Owen Lacani.
Let's recognize a few of our last seniors in the band. Connor Henry, Owen Hinteman, James Kretz, Brandon
6'1",
Mazzullo,
205, tight end, linebacker, 11th grader. You can see there, Sayville just trying to pop that ball up over that first line of the kick return.
1st and 10, Harborfields. From just outside their 40. First play from scrimmage of the 3rd quarter. Weiss throws right side, looking for Coronado. Pass is incomplete.
First down pass incomplete. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you had an orange ticket for a
out of that
50-50
trips
raffle,
look
please get it out. We're going to
on the
announce
right
winner
side.
in
Looks
just
like
1
this
minute.
ball just ends up going through the hands of Jake Coronado, number 19, the junior.
Coronado had a little trouble with one earlier. Couldn't haul that one in, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. 11:55 left in the 3rd. Low snap. Taken by Weiss. They've got him by the leg, and they bring him down. Nice play that time by LaBella.
Number 50, Alex LaBella.
Yeah, LaBella has found himself in the backfield a number of times here on defense.
With the tackle in the backfield, lost
you can
one.
see Sayville pretty disciplined here
11.
as far as having responsibilities there with back and quarterback. LaBella end up making the play in the backfield, and number 10, Keith Kolar there, the sophomore, getting his hands on the running back.
As is LaBella, a sophomore. 3rd and 11. Weiss gets rid of it quick. Left side, he's looking
Third
for
down pass incomplete.
Colin Burke.
Fourth
Pass
down.
is incomplete.
Yeah, you can see Burke runs this stop route out in front of Hansen on the outside. Again, looks like he might have just picked his eyes up a little bit early, and that ball goes through his hands. Harborfields facing down a long 4th down here.
Weiss is going to kick it away. Bartolotto stands back to receive. High kick is off. It's fielded at the 27. Down the right sideline, scoots Bartolotto.
Number 0, Bartolotto takes it out to the 38-yard line.
Bartolotto real sure-handed back there as a punt returner. You can see why Sayville puts him back there.
Ticket number 1, 2, 4, 9, 4,
really
9.
good as far as judging where that ball's going to be.
Number 1, 2, 4,
Not
9,
sure what he plays
4,
in the
9.
spring, but
Please make your way
something
to the
tells me he
concession
could probably be a
stand.
pretty good outfielder.
Congratulations.
He fielded that ball at the 27, and within a second was at the 40.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the way that he gets after it, real aggressive on that punt return.
1st and 10, Sayville, from their own 38. Triptree surveys. Lets it go down the right sideline, and passes incomplete. He's looking for Jabor.
First down pass incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, pretty good job here again by Triptree, seeing that pocket's collapsing a little bit, moves outside, again extending the play just outside the reach of senior Noah Jabor.
Hey, you take a look at Triptree. One cool customer back there. He keeps his eyes downfield, looks for the second option, the third option. Finally lets it go to Jabor, but can't find him.
Yeah, it's something we talked to Coach Sands about during the week, just staying even keel as far as his team goes. Real relaxed no matter the situation.
Triptree, 1st down and more. Into Harborfield's territory,
Triptree
down at the
keeps it
45.
Gain of
White
17.
on the stop.
Sayville, first down.
Sayville being real deliberate here as far as their setup in this spread offense, making the offensive call in from the sideline, trying to take advantage of everything that they can in this Harborfields defense. You could see Messina out in front leading the convoy with his quarterback Triptree following, and a big gain there for a 1st down for Sayville.
We mentioned Landon Garrett, the big guy on that offensive line. 6'5", 265, out leading the way for Triptree on that play.
Yeah, Coach told us during the week a lot of guys have stepped up this last couple of years to take roles that have been vacated by graduating seniors.
Messina, they do a good job of
Gain of 2
bottling
on
him
the
up,
play for
and they
Messina.
bring him down.
2nd and
Connor
8.
Craig on the stop.
Yeah, Connor Craig, junior up front.
Craig fights his way through that block and ends up bringing down the ball carrier. Ryan Olson was there as well.
Yeah, pretty good job there by Connor. Only about 5'7", 170. Real tough to be able to play in that spot in this defense. Real impressed with that individual effort.
Got an injury on the field. We'll take a quick step away.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Jackson Neugebauer, the Sayville player that was shaken up on that play. Looks like they've got him off the field. He's going to chill out on the sideline for a little while.
Yeah, good to see him walk off under his own power.
2nd and 8 for Sayville. Messina to the right of Triptree. Low snap, handoff Messina. Straight up the gut. Nice gain on the play. White once again on the tackle. Coach Colucci wasn't kidding when he said White is a hammer.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be surprised by the end of this game if White is well into double digits as far as tackle goes in this defense.
3rd and 3 for the Flashes. Now from the 39 of Harborfields. Low snap. Handoff Messina. Messina's got enough to move the chains.
Gain of 4 on the play for Messina.
Again here, Sayville, right, delivering the ball to Messina. It's been a couple of low snaps here, and we saw during that injury timeout, Triptree taking a few additional snaps from his center to just work a little bit more on getting that ball to his hands. So you can see it's something that they're working on. Something's just a little bit off. But Triptree doing an excellent job fielding that ball and getting it into his ball carrier for a gain and a first down.
1st and 10, Sayville. From the 35. Triptree off play action. Still has it. Gets rid of it right side. Completion Messina. Messina is stopped by Bolognino. High tackle.
Triptree sneaks out of the backfield.
This just isn't fair.
Messina.
You've got Harborfields on defense, does an excellent job in coverage. This is a long time to stay in coverage. Again, can't talk about how impressed I am with the feet of Triptree, how he gets out of trouble, out of danger there, extends the play, and gives his athletes a chance to get wide open and deliver. But I really like the coverage initially by Harborfields down the field, taking away some of those post and slant routes on the inside.
1st and 10. Now from the 15-yard line. Messina trying to spin his way out of a tackle. He's brought down by Markowski with an assist from who else? Andrew White.
Yeah, Markowski and White, certainly the heart of this Harborfields defense. And you could see these two guys do not care what the score is. They are going to play this game to the end. There's still a lot of fight here in this Harborfields team, which is very impressive. Down 4 scores, a tough spot. But obviously this tells you a lot about the coaching job that Coach Colucci does at Harborfields.
2nd and 5. Now inside the 10. Handoff Messina. Near the goal line. Is he in? Yes, he is.
Messina takes it in from 7 yards out. Touchdown, Sayville.
See this ball snap from about the 7-yard line, give to Messina. And even though Harborfields has hands on him, again, if you're going to go up high on Messina, he's got a motor that doesn't stop, does an excellent job pushing his way across that goal line for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night.
Watson's on for the PAT. Cohen to hold. Kick is up. It's good. Sayville up 35-0. We'll step away and be back with more right after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. Takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Kickoff from Watson goes deep. Bolognino scoops it up. Trying to escape tackles. Instead, they surround him and they bring him down.
23-yard line, 1st and 10. I know this will be the first Saturday in a while it's not going to rain, but let's make your way indoors tomorrow, 11 a.m. Let's pack the gym. Girls volleyball, home playoff game versus Bayport. Come support.
35-0, Sayville on top of Harborfields from here at Timothy Henk Field. Mike Trezza along with Nick Martone, our entire T&D Sports video crew, the best crew in the business. Full house backfield for Weiss now on 1st down. Hands off to White. White trying to spin his way and can't get much.
Yeah, Harborfield's putting the heart of their defense in their backfield. White and Markowski back there flanking quarterback Weiss. No gain there for Harborfields as White with the carry. Looks like he might be in some pain on that Harborfield sideline.
Kyle Malone made the stop as Coach Hans now starts to filter in some of the backups.
Great pregame celebration of the seniors here tonight at Sayville.
2nd and 11. Handoff goes up the middle.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 11.
You know, we want to talk a little, Nick, about some of the recent success that Sayville's had, especially over the last 20 years. I mean, they're up there with the William Floyds, the Garden Cities, the Farmingdales, and some of the most celebrated teams on Long Island in terms of football.
Yeah, I think since 2004, Sayville has found their way into 10 Long Island championships, winning 6, winning 4 Rutgers trophies as a top team, not just in Suffolk County, but on the island. Real impressive what Sayville's been able to do.
3rd and 11, pass downfield. Bolognino, did he catch it?
That pass is incomplete.
They're saying no, he did not.
4th down.
Just out of reach there. You could see a little bit of frustration in Bolognino. He runs a pretty good route. Not a bad throw by Weiss, just a little bit out in front. Tough for Bolognino to come up with.
Take a look at Vinny on your sideline. Weiss is going to kick it away on 4th. Back to handle it is Bartolotta. Down the left sideline he goes, flag down on the field.
To the 40-yard line. There are
Coach Colucci during the week told us that Weiss would be doing the punting. Been really impressed with his foot. That's a heck of a kick there in high school football. Punting, not always the most reliable thing in high school football, but he's got the ability to flip a field. Unfortunately, you're kicking to Bartolotto, who is doing an excellent job coming up with these returns and finding a way to get positive yards for Sayville.
County players, 2 state players Meredith
Penalty on
Albertelli
Sayville
and
on the
Kylie
return
Person,
is
who
going
won
to
their
back them
opening
up.
first
They'll
round match
start at
yesterday,
about their
6-4,
30 with the
6
first and
love.
10. So you were saying, Nick, you were talking about some of the recent success that Sayville's had. Particularly, we've been zeroing in on the time frame from 2004 forward.
Yeah, within that span, Big Four championship titles, finishing as a Final Four team in the division. Not easy to continue that trend all the way through when you only have some of these players for 2 or 3 years at a time on your varsity.
Swing pass caught by McGinnis.
2nd and 8.
We could see that Cohen, the sophomore, has checked in at quarterback, makes his first throw here in the game for a 2-yard pass play. Real impressed by his arm strength there and watching him throw the football pregame as well.
And you know, Nick, that when your backup quarterback has played in 5 or 6 games, you're winning by some decisive margins.
Absolutely, and it's a great way as a coach to see what you're going to have here in the future over the next couple of years. As you would imagine, Cohen's going to have the opportunity to be the starter as a junior and a senior.
And as we've talked about when we were at other schools, this is how you build a program. You blow people out, you get the younger kids into the game late in the game, and to fans, this might be time that doesn't really make a difference, but to players, this is extremely, extremely valuable on-the-job experience you just can't get at practice.
100%. You can't replicate game situation and game speed practicing against yourself during the week. It's not at the same speed. It's not at the same intensity. Even if you have a good practice, a solid, aggressive practice, it's hard to replicate what happens on Friday nights or Saturday afternoons with the whole world watching, right? With the officials, with the intensity. So it is real important, and Sayville having the opportunity to do that in the third quarter. Not to mention, obviously, situations where you might need guys to step up at other times during the season.
Ball's loose on the ground. Scooped up by Kent. Kent turns it into a gain.
Number 2, Dylan Kent.
Not the way you design a fake punt. Bad snap here that Kent has to go handle, and ultimately, as an athletic player, as a skill guy, does an excellent job advancing the ball upfield to give Sayville another first down. We could see that number 3, Michael McGinnis, who is the game captain, has checked in on offense.
Just when you thought Sayville was going to turn it over, Kent turns into Superman. 1st and 10 from the 45. Tackle for a loss on that play. Good defense that time by Matt Henry.
Yeah, real aggressive here by Henry into the backfield. Looks like Sayville is going to be flagged on the play for a block in the back.
So a couple bad things happen for Sayville on that play. They lose yardage, and they also get penalized. Penalties decline. I believe the official said 2nd down. Yes, now they do have it on the scoreboard as 2nd and 10.
Declined. 2nd and 15.
Check it at 2nd and 15 from the 40-yard line, down under 3 minutes to go in the third. Sayville comfortably on top. Here's the handoff. It goes to Holohan. Tries the left sideline. Almost left the ball behind.
Yeah, near fumble here. A little bit of a messy exchange here. And Holohan is able to kind of wrangle that ball and keep it. The ball was almost on his hip. Again, we expect to maybe see some of these things happen when we see different changes as far as the backfield goes.
2 minutes to play in the third. 3rd and 12 for Sayville. Cohen scrambles, fires. It's off the hands of Mike McGinnis, but what a throw that time by Cohen, showing the gun.
Yeah, absolutely. Late throws outside, not always your friend as a quarterback, but there's a lot of mustard on this one. This is the tough ball for anybody to be able to step into, and Cohen does a pretty good job of just literally putting the ball in a spot where it's either going to be McGinnis that catches it or no one.
Kent is going to boot it away. This time he does get his hands on it and his foot. Sends it down to the 10. Bolognino finally has some room. Cuts it back in the middle of the field. Bolognino down the right sideline, out at the 50, and we've got a flag down on the play.
But there is a flag.
Looks like this is going to come all the way back. Looks like it's possibly a block in the back on the return here, deep in their own end, on a very nice return by number 1, Vincent Bolognino.
They've been waiting all day to give Vinny a big play, and that time he got it, but it's coming back. Ouch.
If you haven't heard, we have a pretty good boys golf team here. They're going to face Bayshore on Monday.
Yeah,
in the
big
playoffs
positive
after
play
winning
there
their
in the
opening
return,
round.
and Harborfield's been
Special
pretty
congrats
good as far
to
as
Aiden
the
Messer,
amount
who
of
got
penalties
both county
go.
honors,
Sayville's been much more
and to
penalized than
Tommy
Harborfields
Strada,
has, but
who finished
that's a
6th
big
and
one.
qualified for the state championship in June.
1st and 10. From inside their own 10-yard line, Weiss gets the ball out quickly. Has a completion right side. Bolognino has it. Just short of a first down. He's going to pick up 8.
Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, see we see Weiss here in the shotgun there. Just a quick stop route by Bolognino, and just Weiss trying to get that ball out quick and letting his skill guy do what he can out there in space.
Under a minute to go in the quarter. Harborfield 2nd and 2. Handoff. Markowski, first down and more. Nice gain that time by Markowski, finally showing the speed we've been looking for.
Yeah, good job up front. Huge hole for Markowski to run through up front there. We could see Harborfields even able to get up to that 2nd level and put blocks on linebackers.
30 seconds left in the third. Harborfield's trying to put together a drive here. Get something on the board, come away feeling good in this game. Markowski takes the handoff, slips by 1. Short gain on the play. Tackle by Malone.
Looks like this is going to wind down the third quarter. Doesn't look like Harborfields will get another play off.
That's the end of the third. Sayville comfortably on top. We'll step away and be back with more after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. You take a look at the Sayville football team, immortalized in photograph here on senior night at Timothy Henk Field in downtown Sayville.
Yeah, really awesome to take a look around all the fence here that surrounds the field. A lot of tradition here at Sayville, both for their football teams as well as their cheerleaders as well. You could see a lot of setup a couple of hours before the game started. Like we said, tonight was their senior game. So Sayville announced all of their graduating seniors as they walked out with their parents, right? The people that have been driving them to all the practices, right? Early on weekends, late on weeknights and weekdays. Ultimately, real special environment here at Sayville.
2nd and 8 for Harborfields to start the 4th. Coronado with the carry. Coronado gets tripped up after a very, very short gain.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Or maybe
3rd and
no
8.
gain at all. 3rd and long upcoming for the Tornadoes.
And like we said before, we're starting to see some substitutions here on the Sayville defense. And you have these opportunities, whether you're an underclassman or not, trying to make the most of them when coach puts you out there.
Weiss rolls out left, lets it go left sideline, has a completion. It is Colin Burke who makes the catch.
21-yard reception for Harborfields.
Burke is one of these guys
down.
that certainly stepped up this week. We could see him on the outside running a longer square out route. Weiss doing an excellent job getting that ball out even before Burke turns his head so he can catch that and make some yards forward.
Tornadoes had a few skill players missing from their lineup. Ferrante out, Serafin out, also Jack Poller out. Here's Markowski. Whirling Dervish, surrounded by tacklers, finally brought down.
Yeah, don't tell Markowski it's 35-0
Gain of
right
14 on the
now.
play
He's
for
running like
Harborfields,
it's a
first
tie
down.
football game here, and that's what you want to see as a Harborfields coach right now. You want to see that fight that your team has, and there's no quit in Markowski. You could see them swing this ball out to him out of the backfield, and he is in a determined run here to take as many Sayville defenders with him as he can.
What a spin move he put on Mongiello to shake him.
Almost looked like a video game for a moment there.
1st and 10, Harborfields from the Sayville 30. Trying to get something on the board here with 10 minutes left. Coronado takes the handoff on the sweep. Coronado cuts it back inside. Coronado almost found daylight and just knocked down inside the 15.
Yeah, this is a great run out of this jet sweep, and you could see Markowski getting a key block out in front for Coronado, and ultimately a couple of cutbacks to the middle, keeping those legs going and advancing the ball here for a first down. Now in the red zone for this Harborfields offense.
1st and 10 from the 13. 9:35 left in the game. Harborfield still trying to get on the board. Here's White on the carry. Tries to surge ahead. And
Harborfield
Lobella
takes it down to
makes
the
stop.
9-yard line.
Yeah, pretty
Gonna
good
bring up
push
2nd and
up
5.
front. You could see that Harborfields is getting off the ball pretty good. You see they've got that defensive line on roller skates for about 3 or 4 yards, pushing it back and giving White room to run there on first down for a 5-yard gain.
White, not a big kid, but a strong kid, and picks up 5 on that carry. 2nd and 5, just inside the 10. 8:38 left in the game. White stays in the backfield with Weiss. White straight ahead, spin move, and brought down by Malone, who's played a nice game since he's been in there.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of
3rd and
quality
5.
minutes for him as well. You could see White there with only about a 1-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and 4 here for Harborfields. As a coach, you're probably thinking about the next 2 plays here, certainly expecting them to go for it on 4th down as well if they don't get it here.
3rd and 4 from the 7. Weiss hands off to White. White is wrestled down to the ground. Nice stop that time by Kevin Scheibe.
Tackle made by number 89, Kevin
And
Scheibe.
here they go again out of the shotgun. You can see Weiss pushing the edge there. McGinnis almost
Gain of
plays
2
hero
on the play. 4th
in that
and 3.
offensive backfield. A near miss there. But again, Harborfield stopped shy of the first down.
Scheibe, a senior, getting in on the action here on senior night. 6 foot, 190. Makes a key stop on 3rd. Now it's going to bring up 4th and 3. Weiss to throw. End zone. Knocked away. Flag comes in late.
4th down pass is incomplete.
Got to assume
A
based
flag
on
was thrown.
where this flag was thrown, we're going to see pass interference on the defense on Sayville, which is going to
Pass
go
interference
ahead
against the defense.
and give
That'll set up
Harborfields a first
Harborfields.
down.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Could see here that play again. See Weiss staring down these routes on the left side and just a little bit early in coverage. Not a bad defensive play by number 15, Anthony Bonfanti.
Here's 4th down. Markowski, they have him stopped. Oh, actually,
Gain of 1
they
on
got
the
a
play.
first down on that pass
2nd and
interference,
goal.
so it is first down and goal.
Markowski real close to the goal line here. Sayville doing a good job wrapping him up. Doesn't have the opportunity to stretch that ball out.
2nd and goal from the 2. Harborfields has been knocking on the door. Let's see if they can enter. Markowski to the left of Weiss. Markowski takes the handoff. He's stopped. Beautiful play by Mangiello.
Yeah, Mangiello and Kohler getting in the backfield here, stopping Markowski.
Number
getting
23,
him
Leo
turned around.
Mangiello
An
with the
excellent
tackle.
job with that
3rd
swarming
and goal.
defense there. Sayville getting a big stop on 2nd down.
That was Mitchell Kolar in on that stop along with Mangiello. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4. 5:40 left to play in the game. Harborfield still looking to hit pay dirt. Weiss has Markowski to his left. Weiss swings it. Markowski, pass is dropped.
3rd down pass incomplete. 4th and goal.
Looks like they had a little bit of room here, possibly with Markowski with an opportunity to find his way in. They got a lot of hats out there to put down the blocks, but ultimately the ball falls to the turf incomplete. Harborfield's facing another 4th down. in the red zone.
Weiss has 3 receivers left side. He's got Markowski in the backfield. Throws it right side. One-on-one matchup. Looking for Ryan Barling. That pass is incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
4th down pass is incomplete. Turnover on
thinking
downs. Save a
Harborfields
ball.
like the size advantage they had with Barling on the outside. Throw a little bit of a fade
How
route
about if you
towards
got
the
nothing
corner,
to do
but
this
it's just a
Sunday,
little bit
12:30,
too far
Smithtown West
for
High
number
School.
82.
Go support those
Ryan
cheerleaders as
Barling.
they compete in the
Barling
Suffolk
also
County
a
Championship.
sophomore, 6'4", 175 at that receiver spot.
Good luck, girls.
Sayville's going to take over on downs, 1st and 10 from deep inside their territory, about the 4-yard line. So, Nick, let's take a look at some of the other action happening around Suffolk County Division III this weekend.
Yeah, most of the division is playing tonight. Hills West is at West Hampton. Same game time as we had at 6 o'clock. Hop Hog traveled to Smithtown West tonight. Kings Park out in Rocky Point with a 6 o'clock start. And East Islip out at Eastport with a 7 o'clock start. Tomorrow being the only game on the slate for Division III, and that's Comswog visiting Amityville at 1 o'clock.
So really, when you come down to it, even if Sayville had lost this game, it really wouldn't have meant anything. They're 2 games ahead of both West Hampton and East Islip.
How about another
They've
opportunity to
sewn up
not
the
just
number
recognize
1
our
seed,
senior
but
band members, but how about that
you know
whole
this as a
band?
coach. You want to go into the playoffs on a roll, on a winning streak.
Miss Van
All
Boxel.
systems go.
Yeah, you're not trying to, as we
Sayville
say,
High School
back
band,
into the
best
playoffs.
on the island.
And so Sayville having the opportunity here with about 5:21 left to wrap up this undefeated season. They're going to finish 8-0. They got to feel good about the senior night, big win, and then they'll enjoy this tonight, I'm sure, and then think about tomorrow turning the page and thinking about their potential playoff opponent for round 1.
Around the right side is Holohan. Tries to break a tackle. Delays and then starts up again. Nice run that time by Danny Holohan.
Yeah, and Holohan doing a really smart job there. You want to keep the clock running right to near the end of this game. And Holohan, instead of going out of bounds, goes down inbounds, keeping that clock moving.
To look for the silver lining, Nick, this has probably been the nicest weather night you and I have had all season long. We had that one brutally hot game in the season opener over at Freeport, and then after that, we essentially had rain every single game.
Yeah, ultimately tomorrow, I think
Number 13,
Long Island's going to be very happy to wake up to a Saturday where we're going to break the streak of 7 consecutive Saturdays of rain. We might see some on Sunday, but high school football's completed by then as far as the weekend goes. So has been very interesting tonight. Not feeling too fall-like either in the 70s at game time. Nice environment here for a Friday night football game. And you could see there on camera we had number 13, Noah Jabor, another one of these seniors.
Fumble
for
snap.
Sayville.
Taking off with it is Cohn. Cohn takes a lemon and makes lemonade down
Number
the right
17,
sideline.
Patrick Cohn takes it out to the 48-yard line. Sayville, first down.
No shortage of tall, strong running quarterbacks here at Sayville right now.
There is a flag on
between
the
the
play.
starter, Triptree, and his backup, Patrick Cohn. But it looks like that run is coming all the way back with a holding call on Sayville.
Jabor got the carry on the previous play, and that time, as we mentioned, the snap was low. It never really got there to Cohn. Cohn picked it up, ran off with it, but it got called back for holding on Sayville. down to 3:48 left to play. Want to remind our viewers we've got playoff action coming your way over the next couple weeks. Really, really looking forward to that. As McGinnis this time takes direct snap. McGinnis tries to administer a straight arm and is still brought down that time.
Michael McGinnis with the carry out to the 24-yard line.
McGinnis doing his best Wildcat impression, watching the two quarterbacks in front of him tonight take snaps and take off.
6.
And here he
3:10
is
counting
with a
remaining in
big,
the game.
strong run. Tough tackle for the defense to take down number 3, Michael McGinnis.
And for you pro football fans, of course, we've got Giant Jet happening this Sunday. Looking forward to that. For T&D Sports video fans, we've got, as I mentioned, exciting playoff action coming your way over the next week or two. Carry left side by Holohan.
Yep, here's number 4, Holohan out of the backfield. Again, McGinnis on the shotgun snap, handing it off to the left side. And you can see Holohan's got a pretty good motor down the left side, gaining positive yards here for Sayville, bringing up another first down with 2:22 and winding here on the clock.
McGinnis again. McGinnis getting his name in the stat sheet here. Under 2 minutes left to play.
You can see here he's got
Gain of 8 by McGinnis.
Holohan out in front. McGinnis says, I'll do it myself, right? Pretty good stiff arm out there on the defender, getting positive yards. Real tough to take down here.
Approaching 1 minute to play in the game. Take a look at some of the stats for both teams from this game, Nick.
Yeah, we saw Triptree, right, the Sayville quarterback, go 7 for 15 for 145 yards. He had 73 yards on the ground himself, 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing TD.
Jabbar had the completion and then lost the ball. It's Harborfield's ball.
McGinnis completes the pass to Jabbar.
Here's Coach Sands letting Mike
Fumble on the
McGinnis
play,
win that
recovered by
football out there,
Harborfield.
throws it to Jabbar. Jabbar does a good job splitting defenders there, getting
First and 10 for Harborfield on their own 40-yard line.
Looks like as he
1:04
cuts
remaining in
back
the
to
game.
the right side, that ball was on the inside arm, and Harborfield's able to knock it out and get the fumble recovery. Getting back to the offensive stats here, Messina on the ground, 13 carries, 92 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He adds to that a couple of catches, putting him at 164 total yards of offense. Hansen, 3 catches, 61 yards, and a receiving touchdown. On the Harborfield side, Weiss, 6 for 13 for 84 yards. Markowski with 7 rushes for 43 yards, averaging a little bit better than 6 yards a carry.
It'll be interesting to see what Harborfields does here. And I think they're just going to take a knee and run this game out and get ready for a playoff matchup next week.
Yep, looks like Harborfields is just going to take one more knee here. Finish this game with a Sayville victory at 35-0. And I'm sure the focus for Harborfields will shift almost immediately to see if they can find out the results of the other games taking place tonight. And they'll be also very interested to see the outcome of the Comswag Amityville game tomorrow as well.
Weiss takes a knee. Harborfield's in the playoffs. They'll drop to 4-4. Sayville improves to an undefeated 8-0. That is the end of the game. Our final score here this evening from Timothy J. Hank
That's the end of the
Memorial
game,
Field
ladies and gentlemen.
is
Your
Sayville
final score,
35,
Harborfields 0,
Harborfields
Sayville 35.
That's going to do it from here at Sayville.
How about a little
where
happy
once
birthday
again,
to
our
Alex
final score,
Sojourno.
Sayville all over Harborfields, 35-0. Our producer,
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Pay
is
attention to
numero
Section 11.
uno,
We'll let you know
Tommy
what
Bruno.
time. But
Our
I'll tell you where the first
technical
playoff game is
director,
going to be.
Jamie, the
Right
genius,
here at the Sayville
Burkhardt.
Turf.
Our camera operators, Dave Camera One Stempel and Christian Kangaroo. Our statistician in the booth, Joe Nicoletti. For everyone here at T&D Sports, including my partner, the Nickelback, Nick Martone. This is Mike Trezza. Thanking you for watching. We will see you next week with some playoff action.